We all have a few skeletons in the closet, but let's not have Frizz be one of them. Hi there. I'm introducing the very subject of this video. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aubrey Carlisle. You also may know me as Curly Carlisle. And if you're new here, welcome. In today's video, we are tackling a common issue that I and many others have struggled with, frizzy curly hair. I've had a few people reach out to me and ask about how I get defined curls and how I reduce or eliminate frizz. If you'd like to learn the common causes and how to fix them, then keep on watching. Today we are going over 5 easy ways to fix frizzy hair. Starting off, you need to know your hair type. Plain and simple. So you're able to tweak and modify them according to your hair type. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to support more future content. Starting off, I am not a professional, but I've definitely dealt with the struggle of dealing with curly hair because I started with no experience. No one really in my family has hair like me. All of this is just personal experience and how I've got to where I am today, learning to manage my hair because it's a lot. I've definitely had to do some research on my hair, Google curly hair sites, natural hair sites. Let's go into the other room, my film studio that I'm currently working on. Step number 1 is starting with a strong, clean foundation. What does that mean? Well, it starts in the shower, wash day, and you have to ask yourself, what are you using as a shampoo? Like, what's in your shower? Also, you're going to notice that there's a theme here, and I'm emphasizing on listening to your hair. How does it feel afterwards, after you're washing it with your shampoo? Is it smooth? Is it drier? Do you feel like you absolutely need conditioner or else your hair is like gonna be totally fried? Is your shampoo making your hair poofy or what's going on with it? It's extremely important to listen to your hair. This is another like simple little tip that I had to keep reminding myself because when I would watch hair video tutorials, I would see someone using a product and their hair turns out great and we don't even have the same hair type. And then I go and buy the product and my hair's like frizzed out from it. My hair does not like coconut oil. I guess there was like a craze a few years ago. I tried it and my hair just totally frizzed out. And I looked into it, and because I have low porosity hair, it just doesn't mix well with low porosity hair. So like I said, it's important to listen to your hair and keep an eye on it. If you have a mirror in the shower, this is also a huge help because any products that you use, you can follow along on how your hair is reacting to it. And a lot of people don't think about this when they're using like new products or mixing them. Like when you're in the shower, you wash your hair, it should not be frizzed out because shampooing can cause dryness, especially if you do it too often. Typically curly or textured hair is more drier, so you do not need to wash it as often. So watch for dryness in tangles or increased dryness or increased tangles when you are showering. That really helps. And it's just as important to read ingredient labels on what you're using. No one really likes doing this. I sure didn't. But as I said before, knowledge is power. Wavy and curly hair specifically tends to be naturally drier than straight hair. So I would try to avoid products that have harsh detergents in them, such as things that suds up a lot, like sulfates. Be sure to pay attention to how your hair reacts to sulfates because that can cause frizz and dryness as well. So yes, watch for products that have harsh detergents in them. You can look for lists. Most of them are sulfates. They tend to suds up in a bad way, which ends up stripping your hair of moisture and oils that it actually really needs. Going for a low lather or no poo or low poo shampoo can really help you out because it has less suds or better suds. If you watch my full shower routine video, I explain how I use the shampoo and why I use it and the way I use it. It creates like a microfoam, but I go into fuller detail on that during my wash day. So if you want to go check that out, I will link it up there. It's definitely going to reduce frizz since your hair's not getting dried out from the moisture getting sapped from it, from the shampoo. And you're not setting yourself up before you even get started on styling your hair. Step number 2, How are you using the product? If you have thicker, curlier hair like I do, I've learned that applying leave-in conditioners, gels, and glazes while my hair is wet definitely improved the definition in my curls and reduced frizz. Also, keeping a continuous spray bottle specifically for hair by you with your products. I use a continuous spray bottle. I'll link it below. Keeping that spray bottle, creams, oils, butters, anything like that by you while you're styling your hair or applying the product to keep your hair moist and wet so it's not drying out as you're trying to style it, because that will straight up cause frizz too. Keeping those by your side and ready to go while also keeping your hair wet while you're applying the product helps to ensure that it's getting distributed evenly. You're not having any like dry, missing like patches of product, pretty much. Making sure that those are ready and by your side. Spray bottle, the leave-in conditioner, the gels, the glazes, and ready to go has been an absolute game changer in my hair journey. Keeping your hair wet throughout your routine helps to evenly distribute the product. And like I said, this is very important, especially if you're experiencing like poofiness or dryness, like just in certain areas. This has happened to me a lot. My hair is typically thicker in the back, and I sometimes, I've experienced that before, and the whole front of my head was fine, but it's just something about the back spot of your hair, and it's kind of hard to reach. It's easy to miss sometimes. Step number 3 is dedication. What do I mean by that? Having great, healthy hair, especially if it's curly, takes time and dedication. I'm terrible about doing that, but the times that I have done it, and I am doing it more frequently, you set aside time to do your hair. Try to avoid doing it when you, like right before you have to go to work, or right before you have to go to class, or something like that. If it works out, try to do your hair at night and style it, but rushing through it is not worth it because you spend all this time on your hair and you're like, okay, well, I took blah, blah, blah time on actually doing your hair, and it dries and it's frizzy, and then you feel defeated. You just need to see how long it actually takes you to wash, style your hair. Make sure you set that time aside so you can have all the time you need to actually do it and do it right. And just find what way works for you best and stick to that schedule. I'm a college student. I'm taking classes for MRI, if you didn't already know. I'm a content creator, and I'm also an inpatient pharmacy technician, and I work in a hospital. I understand that it is difficult and hard to find the patience and the time to dedicate to your hair. I've rushed applying the product. I've rushed drying my hair. And then in the end, I ask myself, why is it frizzy? So on my hair journey, my hair has gotten significantly longer. The longer my hair has gotten, the more I've realized that my hair is becoming unmanageable. So it starts to become necessary to start sectioning your hair. Since there's more hair, it's easier to miss more spots. So if you aren't taking time to section your hair so you can apply the product evenly, chances are you're gonna miss spots, thus frizzy spots in areas. Or just in rushing and applying product to the top of your hair and not going underneath and like sectioning it out to make sure it's distributed evenly. The top may look fine, but what lies underneath? Frizz. You get frizzy, but you also need to know what happens underneath if you miss that, and frizz is gonna happen. So be sure to dedicate time and patience into doing your hair properly and making sure you set aside that time for you, for your hair, if you're wanting to kick the frizz. Step number 4, dryness is our friend. I thought dryness was bad. Sometimes, what do I mean by that? Taming your frizz and finalizing your results is how you dry your hair. Ask yourself, have you tried different ways? Have you diffused? Have you blow dried? Have you air dried? What works for you? Try to remember what works best and what works for you and stick with it. This is the step where you typically start noticing frizz or it starts appearing and your hair is not liking something. Again, listen to your hair. It could be that you're using too high of heat to blow dry your hair. It could be from the wind of the blow dryer, so it could be too high and that can start like jostling and frizzing up your hair. So you may need to start air drying or trying that and see how that works. Another huge step is touching your curls while they're wet, or touching your hair in general while it's wet. Do not touch your hair when it is drying. Don't do it. When you touch your hair, your skin takes the oils and moisture off of that section of hair that you touched, or you will displace the hairs in that curl and start causing frizz. This causes friction and displacement in the curls or the hair, resulting in direct, instant frizz. So remember, do not touch your hair while it is drying. Once it's done completely drying though, you are good to zhuzh it up as needed. Step number 5 is preserve your perfection. What do I mean by that? Quite a few people have reached out to me asking how to make their curls last longer. It can be the product you're using, so definitely look into that, or it can be how you're sleeping at night. Protecting your assets or your hair sets is critical. Ask yourself, how do I sleep at night? I cannot tell you how many times I've had amazing hair days. Went to bed, woke up, and I had to start all over. Wash, style, dry it. Every morning I used to do this. Every morning. I didn't know. This dried my hair so bad. I got so sick of washing and detangling every day just to be able to go out of the house without looking busted. When you're younger, you don't know. You don't research into how to do your hair. I wanted no frizz with defined curls that lasted a few days at least. Protecting your hair while you sleep seals the deal. Like I said, I'm a student, I work, I'm a content creator, I'm building up my channel, so I do not have the time or the patience to wash my hair every day. You can do some simple steps in order to preserve your style for days, and it will save you so much time. Investing in a silk or satin pillowcase is essential. It will not dry your hair or absorb oils or moisture like a typical common cotton pillowcase will. It will not cause friction in your hair and knot it up. A lot of people experience this. Many have straight hair actually that have this issue, and they have like frizz on their crown and they have no idea why. Well, because people with curly hair do the research and know this, but typically straighter hair doesn't have to deal with the stuff that curly haired people do. But sleeping on a satin or silk pillowcase, if you're having that little like frizz bump in the back, or it looks like someone kind of just like touched your hair and just like messed it up a little bit, it's not as rough and it's a lot smoother on your hair. Your hair will thank you. You can also wrap your hair in a silk scarf, rock an old lady bonnet, or a do-rag to actually protect your hair while you sleep so it's not getting roughed around and frizzed up. When you wake up, you have to do minimal work to it and you can just get up and go. Go to a few days to a week without having to restyle your curls. And a bonus tip, thank you for watching to the end. This can work for all hair types. Circles back to step number 1, and that was strong, clean foundation. So a lot of people also have came to me that watched my videos. They have wavy hair and they have straight hair. They have a product that they use over and over and over and they love it, it's working, and then all of a sudden they like notice slowly over time it stops working and they have no idea why. Like I said, a clean foundation. So if your shampoo is not getting all the product out of your hair, then that product's staying in your hair or it's staying on your scalp. And when you apply a new product, it can't stick or adhere to that, so it's going to cause frizziness or dryness. So be sure, depending on your hair type and how you wash it, be sure to clean your hair. Make sure it is clean before you put product on it to style. Completely clean. You can clean your hair thoroughly without over drying it. It's possible, there's shampoos out there. But this has been a huge issue for a lot of people, and when they go to wash their hair, they're not cleaning it thoroughly enough. So product builds up and they don't know what's going on. They get a haircut, that doesn't work because they're not washing their hair enough. So definitely try to start with a clean, strong foundation and stripped of product but not moisture, and then you have a clean, nice foundation to apply your product on without having it getting super frizzy. Thank you so much for watching. This video has helped you out, and if you've also learned anything new in this video, if you haven't done so already, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be posting more content shortly. Thank you so much. Bye.